We're talking about Native and Indigenous knowledge and medicine today. And I guess the reason why uh, we want to incorporate this great knowledge into our understanding of our lives and into the understanding of how we interpret the culture of what we experience is because it has a great simplicity and a great uh, knowledge that helps us really understand ourselves from an internal space, understanding how we learn, understanding how we experience the world. And we use the medicine wheel as a contemplative tool to support our own knowledge or knowing about how we are. So the medicine wheel, as you can see in the slide, is 4 different parts of a pie with a circle around it. And we use the circle as a contemplative tool to understand our own experience. So they would say, only you can walk your medicine wheel. And when you walk your medicine wheel, you start from one end of the circle and you go all the way around to where you began. So we use this as a tool to see and understand our daily experience, our weekly experience, our monthly experience, our experience in the year, and also the experience of a lifetime. So you start from the south, which is your past, and you go through the west, which is the challenge. You go through the north, which is the experience, the abundance of your challenge. And then you go to the east, which is your ability to understand the wisdom of the whole circle. So this contemplation of the medicine wheel is also the concept of the 4 directions, 4 seasons, 4 elements. And so you witness these 4 winds blowing on you, and your walk is the walk of the medicine wheel, but it's also you in the center. So these 4 different aspects of what you experience, helping you understand who you are, how you learn, how your unique brain works. And we can also think about it as our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and our spiritual body. So these 4 different aspects of yourself support you understanding who you are and your unique knowledge and inherent internal navigation system. So if you are not feeding these 4 parts of ourselves every day, every week, every month, every year, our medicine wheel can wobble, right? And that's where we can get feelings of anxiety or depression or not feeling like we belong. So we use the medicine wheel to see what we experience throughout the day and how we feel about it. And we use it as a contemplative tool to see what our challenges are, what our experiences was from the past, what aspects of our life that we enjoyed, we had an experience that gave us a smile, right? And then when we go all the way around the full circle, we look back and we try to gain the wisdom of this information. So it's a tool that we use to know who we are and to get a sense of how we belong in this world. So with everything that's going on right now with COVID-19, with feelings of separation, it also really supports us in understanding that we are connected to all these aspects of ourself and our community and our world, and we're not isolated or alone in having these experiences.
And I know, John, that you're planning for just in a little bit that we'll do also an experience, excuse me, activity that will support us in learning to use the medicine wheel as a contemplation tool. So we're looking forward to that in a bit. But I know that also when you speak about the medicine wheel, it's this sacred continuous circle. What lessons can we learn about moving beyond limited binary thinking from the medicine wheel?
Mm-hmm. So in native medicine, there is no right or wrong, good or bad. There is no sense of like you say, duality. It's more that you have this full experience of life, and that life is able to hold a broader perspective around duality. So, like, the worst thing that would be considered negative or bad would be the trickster. And that's more about an element of surprise. So, if you were going hunting for a buffalo and a mountain lion came out, you might be surprised by the mountain lion, right? And that might bring fear or anxiety. But the mountain lion isn't actually bad. So our challenges in life are not bad. They might bring up some fear or anxiety or an element of surprise, and we can allow that to be a part of life. And in the same way, there is a real sense of wholeness. So in the Native American tradition, there's not just two genders, there's actually five. So there's man, there's half man, half woman, there's more man, more woman, and then there's woman, and then there's more woman, more man, and then half woman, half man. So it allows us to not have a limiting understanding of our world and to go beyond these limiting dualities. It empowers us to, navigate the complexities of situations in our lives and to expand out of the thinking of good or bad. So there's no fear in native or indigenous medicine, and fear limits our ability to learn and to become who we really are, which is unique to everyone. Everyone's brain really works differently. So we can take from the native and indigenous medicine or knowledge this concept that nothing in your life is black or white or good or bad, that it encompasses the wholeness of who you are, and what you experience in your world can be less duality driven and more about your own experiential growth. And if we're in a sense of fear or doubt, which we all have at times, we have to realize that that fear or doubt can limit our ability to um, solve a problem or to see who we are and what we can achieve when we don't have that fear. And so this wisdom of non-duality also helps us understand and celebrate the strengths of the LGBTQA plus community, which all of these people, no matter what pronouns you use or no matter who you are, we're all part of the same community. And the Native American and indigenous knowledge, these individuals were considered sacred, and these individuals were considered way showers. So it helps us to maybe understand or accept who we are more. And if you're a twin spirit individual, to know that you're a way shower and it's okay for you to be who you are, as it's okay for everyone to have their own experience.
And I love just that broader, more nuanced view of gender identity, right? And how it increases all the possibilities of what we can be. And as we're talking, right, it's and as related to the times of COVID, it reminds us of like returning to this purpose of connection also, right? That's like from the medicine
Mm-hmm.
wheel to the sacred circle to connection. And so that beautiful theme emerged. So tell us more. And I'm going to try and stop sharing the slides here. I haven't. Oh, look at. I think that will work. I'm trying something new here, but tell us more about the importance of the connection.
Mm-hmm. So in Native tradition and education, um, connection is the most important thing. So we are trying to nurture the feelings of connection. And until each student or child feels a sense of belonging, um, no instruction takes place. So if we see this in the concept of the medicine, well, it's a circle. I keep doing this with my hands, right? So it's a circle, and wind blows each wind blows energy or connection to you. So this relates to the COVID climate as well. It's how can we make certain that each child in our community feels a sense of belonging? So the circle of the medicine wheel really represents the earth, and we are in the center of the medicine wheel. So that represents our connection to the earth and self, our connection to our family, our connection to our community, our connection to the earth as the mother, and our connection to the Son as the Father. And then this understanding of the great mystery, which is great and mighty spirit, which is all of these things. So we really are encouraging this unification of understanding between who you are as an individual, your family, your community, and your world. And in this concept, no one's left out. So we're all one. And when we're talking about the COVID climate, it helps to make us understand that we're all going through this together and no one's left out. And the feelings that you're feeling, other people are feeling. And that we can allow for this uh, understanding to support us from not feeling isolated or alone or in fear around that feeling of separation everyone has when they're
Right.
trapped in their home quarantining. So yeah.
And I know another piece that came forward with the connection that I think we often forget is the connection to the seasons and that reminder that change is part, right? That change is
Yes.
reality and it prepares us for change. And can you share a little bit about that too? Because
Yeah,
I,
yeah. So, as we walk our medicine wheel, we go through each season, we go through the summer to the fall and then the winter to the spring. And this understanding that change is inevitable, change is a part of, of our experience, and there's nothing wrong with change. So, kind of taking the negative out of the concept of change being bad and supporting each individual and realizing you're going to grow and you're going to experience life, and that's a really positive aspect. Um, yeah, does that hopefully clarify
absolutely.
answer? Yeah.
Yeah. And so then how can Indigenous education practices guide us during these times of challenge? Like where should we be looking?
hmm So, I mean, there's many beautiful native sayings, but a couple come to mind. One is don't bring too many yesterdays into today. So let the past be the past and move forward with your understanding of the present, and what you dream or hope for the future. So the other saying that's really coming to mind is walk through the gateways of hope and courage. So, at this time, There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of doubt, and anxiety. And when they say walk through the gateways of hope and courage, it's to really let fear and doubt be in the past, let it go, and to allow for hope and courage to be the um, the themes that allow for you to dream and to have positive feelings for yourself going forward into the future. Let hope lead the way and teach us the direction to go. So, hope and dreaming is also about taking a moment and going inside of yourself and getting a deep sense of what's my journey, what's my medicine walk, and allowing for that walk to be unique to me. So go through the gateways of hope and courage and leave fear behind and see what it is that you're dreaming and you're hoping for and focus on that to bring you out of a state of depression or sadness or anxiety or fear or doubt. uh, Go for what you're dreaming for, because we're still living, you know, even though COVID is happening, we're still connecting, we're still experiencing. And just like we're saying with the medicine wheel, we're still all one. And you are whole, like your medicine wheel is a circle. And only you can have your experiences that you have. And the experiences that you have are perfect for you, and go through the gateways of hope and courage to allow yourself, sorry, there's a little fly there, to allow yourself to um, navigate your world and to do that without fear or doubt.
And so I love that. As I hear you talking, it's like I see a compass, and right, it's like hope is our true north. um,
Yes.
and so, do you have any closing words for the group before we transition to your activity here in a moment?
Yes. My closing words would be, know who you are, know that you're unique. Let the great mystery, great and mighty spirit, um, bless you and bless your family and bless your world. Um, and let this blessing not only bring hope and healing to you, but bring it to the land and the earth and the future generations. You know, and with so it is with love for all and harm to no one. So take that blessing, and then we'll go deeper into our activity for what we're trying to support you in today.
Thank you, John. We're so glad that you could join us today, and are looking forward to what's next.
So happy to help with SoulSpark Learning. Kate, you've done an amazing thing here to support everyone in finding their unique path to learning. So thank you for having me, and thank you for everyone who is connecting with us today.